This is On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross, a weekly recap of your Philadelphia Flyers from blue line to blue line. Broadcasting live from Chickies and Pete's, tonight's show is brought to you by Han & Stone Spa, Pat Dion Beverages, The Capitol Grill, Chickies and Pete's, Payroll Service Solutions, and Independence Blue Cross. We now go live to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Now, here are your hosts, former Flyers goaltending great Bernie Parent and Paul Jolovitz.
And welcome, everybody, to the beautiful Chickies and Pete's here in Drexel Hill. A lot of traffic getting here for everybody, but everybody made it. Thanks to everybody for coming. This is the Independence Blue Cross On the Ice. We're going to talk for an hour today about stuff that's going on in the world of hockey with a couple guys you may have heard of. Then again, you may not have heard of. But if you've been in Philadelphia, or you like hockey, or you like Hall of Fames or guffaws or many other things, you'll have heard of them. My co-host tonight is a fairly anonymous former goalie in the Anonymity Hall of Fame, greatest goalie in Flyers history. He's here with us a bunch of weeks throughout the year. We love when he's here.
Come on, keep going.
I can't think of anything to say about you. Your name says it all. Mr. Bernard Marcel Perron. How are you, buddy?
My Lord. Thank you, folks. Thank you.
Everything good?
Life is awesome.
Life is always good.
You know, when I have a chance to have a little sandwich and sitting next to you, my friend,
yeah,
it's a blessing.
Yeah, you need a new life, I think, Bernie. If sitting next to we also have a guy that we had a couple weeks ago in Atlantic City. Love having him here. He's got a million things going on with golf tournaments and all kinds of charity stuff, some stuff at the Stadium Series. Got a new business his wife does in Jersey. Mr. Guffaw himself, the man of the cigar, Mr. Brian Propp. Brian, how are you, buddy?
Guffaw! Make a little noise.
Yeah. How are you, buddy?
Yeah. Doing really well. It's kind of cold here in New Jersey. I'm used to where
players.
It's nice in Florida.
You're from Saskatchewan. You can't complain about the cold.
Oh, I'm always cold, though.
This is like a summer day compared to where you grew up, right?
No. I'm too old. I'm used to the weather in Florida.
Yep. That's it.
Both these guys can be going to Florida the next month, but they're both still here.
Just don't tell Paul where we're at.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Just hide if you can. It's fun to have you guys here. There's so much to talk about. First of all, let's start with the hockey team. The Flyers guys are in a playoff spot right now, 7th in the East, doing a lot better than anybody thought they would. The goalies, Bernie, are both playing great. Sam Ersson, in addition to Carter Hart, they're blocking shots. They're playing their ass off every night.
Yeah.
It's just great to watch. They went through a Western trip, 3 games, but they got a point in every game. They've gotten a point in their last 6, Brian. And what more can you say about this team? John Tortorella really has them on all cylinders.
Yeah, so I think some people say that it's exciting, but it's not expected. But I kind of knew, when Dan Briere was running the team, and Keith Jones was there, and then Dan Halferton was going to run the team, and then John LeClaire and Patrick Shark. They know how to run a team, because the younger players are faster. But having Couturier and Atkinson back made a big difference, and having the new defenseman Stoll as the back line, and Hart playing well. But they're really tough to play against. They force all the time, and they're exciting to watch.
Bernie, Brian just listed half the team, which he's correct in. They're getting everything on defense from Travis Sanheim and Stahl, Luke Walker, a throw-in in the Kings deal. You heard about maybe them getting a first-round pick in the deal for him out of nowhere. Both goaltenders are playing great. This must be fun to watch for an ex-Flyer that won a couple cups and is in the Hall of Fame and likes to watch hockey now, huh?
No, definitely. It's all, and Brian knows this, it's all about teamwork. That's what you learn in sports as a young kid, and as you grow up, you don't want to forget it's nice to perform, to do your job, what was asked about, but at the same time, it's nice to remember that it takes a team to win.
It is, and
yeah.
In fact, through some sources that I don't want to reveal to you guys, from my private life, I delved into the careers of you two, which overlapped by 1 year, 1979-80. Bernie retired in February of 1980 because of an eye injury. Brian was a rookie that year. And Bernie, I heard from several sources that Mr. Propp constantly scoring on you in practice was one of the reasons you decided to hang it up before you broke your eye.
It worked. You know, the whole thing was a setup, but you ended up with what, 420 some goals?
425.
A little bit like that, yeah.
Yeah, in his career. So it gave him confidence.
Brian, when you came into the NHL and you realized you had a sieve like Bernie to fire on in practice, that must have given you a lot of confidence in games, huh?
Well, especially his eye was hurt, and so he couldn't see out of it. So that made it a little bit easier for me to score against him.
Yeah, when the goalie can't see.
Because otherwise he's an awesome guy, and I love him for all the things that he's been doing for the charities and church and everything else. And so, it's good to be with him, because we were the ambassadors for 4 years for the Flyers every home game before COVID, and we were there talking to the fans and talking to all them and being part of that. So that was really special for me. And then I'm on the board of the Flyers alumni in the last 10 years, and we do a lot of things for that, the golf and hockey and other things that we have going on. And so just staying connected with the team makes a big difference for me.
Yeah, Bernie, the alumni game in January, it's been 50 years since the Cup, which is hard to believe. But back to what Brian said about the fans. Obviously, the Flyers have been kind of vanilla the last couple of years to be nice, and they've lost a lot of their fan base, which is coming back now. Mm-hmm. We know how important the fans are, not just for the money they pay, but for the spirit they bring and then the love they give to the players. Both you guys would like to answer this question. You guys were ambassadors. You dealt with them. How important are the fans to the Philadelphia Flyers?
Well, I think it's very, very important, and because it brings you up. It gets you pumped, and you go out and you want to perform. You're not just skating around or whatever. You have the support that you're looking for. You have the noise that you're looking for, and then you go out as a team. And that's how you win. That's how you win games.
Yep,
it's very important.
Same question.
Yeah, so I think for the last couple of years, the Flyers have struggled, and I noticed that maybe the last 5 or 6 years they didn't really have great leadership for that. But they changed that, and I like that they've got a couple tough guys this year because it brings excitement to the game, and there's a couple fights here and there, but they're playing really well, and they're tough to play against, and they get a lot of shots. Which means that you're in front of their net all the time, and so they're still having trouble to score every once in a while, but they'll get there with time.
Power play is a little bit of a problem right now, but Rome wasn't built in a day. Obviously, they got that to work on. You mentioned the fights and the tough guys. Bad day today for one of them, unfortunately. Craig Berube, the Stanley Cup winning coach of the St. Louis Blues, been there the last 6 years, was with the Flyers for most of his 15-year career, got fired last night. Obviously, a Stanley Cup winning coach should have no trouble getting another gig, but what do you have to say, Brian, about Craig Berube? Just Craig Berube, what comes to mind, stream of consciousness for you?
Yeah, so he learned the game from Paul Holmgren, when most of the fighters knew the game, and so they learned how to coach and to listen and make sure that they're talking, communicating with the team that they have. So unfortunately, he got fired, but he won a couple Stanley Cup in St. Louis, and he just signed a new contract a couple of years ago. So he'll be okay for a while, but you get hurt with that. But sometimes the league changes, and you just need to circle around the players, because it's never the coach's goal. The players today make so much money, they have so much say that they'd rather fire a coach than let go of a good player.
Yeah, you can't fire a team, obviously. Bernie, you never play with Craig Berube, but you play with a couple guys like Dave Schultz, like Paul Holmgren, who were tough guys on your team who stood up for everybody else, and there's more in addition to that. Flyers were called the Broad Street Bullies because of their finesse. What's it like having somebody that's going to give himself up for the good of the other team and like a Craig Berube and the guys you played with?
Well, you look at Craig, and my philosophy in life, I do a lot of reading on that stuff, and when something doesn't work out, You know, whoever's listening right now is very important. If something doesn't work out in your life, so whatever,
Which is going to
whatever
happen
it is,
no matter what.
you know what? It's because the good old Lord has something better for you. Line up. And when you have this philosophy and you have this attitude and you feel great, beautiful things happen. You know, and that's to me, that's what. And you look at Berube, like he's, you know what, great individual person, you know, big smile all the time. And
but nobody thought he was going to be a coach when he was playing. If you said this guy's going to win a Stanley Cup as a coach, most people here at Chickies, I know I would have said, you're out of your mind. But he's a real hockey guy. Brian has got a sharp mind, and that sometimes gets lost in the flying fists that go on the ice, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of work because coaches are hired to be fired, and you never know how long it's going to last. But at least they find jobs and you get paid well for that now, especially with the money that they have now. And it just it's a shame, but he'll find another job, and but he'll be set for his life. And he lives in New Hope. And so I know a couple friends there. Like he hangs up with Peter and John's bar in New Hope, and he likes to have a couple drinks and talk with people. And he's good with the fans, and he's a polite guy, and he doesn't like to be challenged. But he's a good guy, and he's a good golfer too. And so it's that's all you need to do.
Bernie, nobody likes to be fired, obviously, no matter what. Certainly during the holiday season, doesn't make it any better. You guys have an alumni. Brad Marsh runs it. Brian's on the board. You're obviously active in it. When someone gets fired from their job, or somebody gets sick, or you hear that a fellow alumni is having some kind of rough time, obviously every team has an alumni base, but how do the Flyers respond to try to make that person feel better? How much of a tight-knit group is it?
Well, it is. It's a ask, believe, and receive. And that's what it's all about as a player. And you find yourself in that situation, and the players. You keep socializing with the players, and beautiful things happen. And you learn this. I shared this with you before quite a few times. You know what? In sports, the beauty about sports, when you grow up as a little kid, you learn that if you want to win in life, you have to be part of a good team. You never win by yourself. You have to be part of a good team. And once you have this mentality, and you, like Berube, for an example, in the situation right now, there's always a good a good situation that will be ahead of him, in front of him, and I'm sure you'll take advantage of it and then move on to more success.
Absolutely, and Berube was with many Flyer teams. Brian started in '79, fresh out of setting all kinds of records in juniors in the Western Hockey League. Brian, when you came to the Flyers, your first-round pick, I'm sure they told you about the team you were coming to. They won a couple cups a couple years ago. We have this, we have that. We got a lot of tough guys, and by the way, we have maybe the best goaltender of all time. What was it like to come to this team knowing what they had right here, to the home that has now been your home for 45 years?
Well, I didn't know anything about hockey, and so I just knew that the Flyers were a good team, but I didn't follow hockey that much. You were
a hockey player and you didn't follow hockey?
When I got drafted, I was working on the farm, and I just got a call to find out where I was going to get to, and so Philadelphia was good, but I was different because most of the players in the NHL kind of knew the other teams and had four favorite players. For me it was Jean Peliveau. He was classy and a good player, but for me it was just I learned at the start. I was really quiet at the start. It's tough for me to talk. The writers knew that I was quiet, and so they didn't ask too many questions. But Bob Clark and Barber and all those players took over for me, and then I learned after time to be more of a talker and deal with the press.
Mm-hmm. Well, you learned how to deal with it very well. Fred Shiro said, win today and walk together forever. You've been walking here in Philadelphia for 45 years. Bernie, you for over 50. Now you're both escaping to Florida for the winter. By the way, do you think anybody that lives in Florida comes to Philly for the winter? We were talking about that before the show with your wife, Bernie. Is anybody a snowbird in the reverse direction, or is everybody just going for the weather?
No.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No.
Right.
So get another question, but this one won't fit.
Just trying to feel the cold in Philadelphia. You guys going down to that 80-degree weather. It's going to be nice. We're going to take a quick break, come back. We'll start talking about the Flyers. We'll also talk about Brian Propp Incorporated, which he has not been incorporated, but he might as well be with all the stuff he's got going on. Plenty of stuff with our guest, Brian Propp, our co-host, Bernie Prant. People enjoying the good food here at Chickies and Pete's. 1 million TVs, great atmosphere, the lights up for the holiday season. Hope everybody's having a great time, and that is the fans. And this is the show, Independence Blue Cross on the Ice from Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill. We are back with our second segment right after this. Stay with us.
Hi, it's Pete from Chickie and Pete's with a great holiday offer on our Chickies and Pete's gift cards. It's the gift that always fits, yet always gets returned. Get free shipping on all Chickies and Pete's gift cards. Buy online, we'll pay the shipping and send them right to your home or office. Need them right now? Go to chickieandpete's.com for virtual gift cards and we'll send them right to your email. Or come and see us at all locations and pick up your gift cards. It's the gift that always fits, yet always gets returned. Gift cards from Chickies and Pete's.
I'm always striving to live my healthiest life, so I need a health plan that has my back. With Independence Blue Cross, I get access to the largest network of doctors and hospitals in the region and free virtual doctor visits 24/7. Plus, with premiums as low as $0 per month, I can stay on top of my health and keep my budget in check. Independence has given me coverage I can count on, and they'll do the same for you. Explore your coverage options and enroll today at ibx.com.
Payroll Service Solutions was established in 2001 to cater to the payroll needs of small to medium-sized businesses. Payroll Service Solutions offers unparalleled customer service while they deliver a complete and accurate payroll. When calling Payroll Service Solutions, you will never be put into a voicemail or go through a series of prompts to get to a person. All customer service representatives are extensively trained to handle all of your payroll needs, therefore saving you time. They value each and every one of their clients. No account is too small. Call Payroll Service Solutions today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for a no-obligation review of your payroll needs. That number again is 1-866-PAYEASY. Payroll Service Solutions.
A truly unique dining experience awaits you at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão awes patrons with their history and tradition of authentic Brazilian steakhouse, offering many cuts of decadent fire-roasted meats prepared over an open fire and served tableside by trained gaucho chefs. Fogo de Chão, 1337 Chestnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia. For reservations, go to www.fogo.com or call 215-636-9700.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one-stop shop for all your shopping needs at Fairless Hills.
If you're looking for a stylish and sophisticated fine dining experience, visit your Eddie V's Prime Seafood restaurant near King of Prussia. Eddie V's Seafood features an abundant selection of fine wines and curated cocktails to complement exquisite steaks and seafood made from the highest quality ingredients. In the V Lounge, sip on imaginative handcrafted cocktails with attitude while enjoying signature appetizers. Conveniently located between I-276 and I-76 near the King of Prussia Mall. Call them today, 610-337-7823 to schedule your night out for Eddie V's Prime Seafood.
Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon is the true retreat from the everyday, with locations in Glen Mills, Springfield, and Center City. Joseph Anthony is a premier salon and spa destination that offers unique and luxurious services such as the soft pack float and hydrofacial. The Center City location, located on the 5th floor of the beautiful Lowe's Hotel, is now open and features an exclusive summer menu where you can indulge in the Joseph Anthony experience in the exquisite Turkish bath. Joseph Anthony's little black card is the perfect gift for all your loved ones' relaxation needs. Call or go online to josephanthony.com. That's josephanthony.com.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Once again, here are your hosts, Paul Jolovitz and former Flyer goaltending great Bernie Prant.
And you're listening to On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross, live from Chickies and Pete's here in Drexel Hill. right here on 1490 WBCB. It is time now for the Independence Blue Cross Live Fearless Player of the Week. Interesting decision, guys, this week. We had two Travises battling for the award. Travis Konechny, Travis Sanheim, both having great years. Flipped a coin, and this week it's Travis Konechny, who lit the lamp twice in 2 Western wins, 2 goals in each. Now has 16 goals on the season. Remember to choose Independence Blue Cross today and begin to live fearless. Bernie was a fearless goaltender. Brian Propp, a fearless left wing, who's not apparently fearless to get into many other things in life. Brian, you had a stroke a few years ago. You've battled back from it. We've talked about that many times. You're a wonderful inspiration to a lot of people, and you're diving into a lot of things. Let's start with your wife's business. Your wife Eileen's here. What's she doing these days?
Well, so my wife Eileen and I just started a new franchise in Marlton, New Jersey, on Route 73 on the Green Tree Center. And so, we were open for a month ago, and so Bernie and Jeannie were there to be help support it. And but it's all for hydration and wellness that you like, and so you love it, and we have lots of specials like for the Christmas gifts and things like that. But it's for the wellness that you need in your health. It's like if you take pills, it only goes 20 to 30%. But after that, it goes in, the IVs go 100% into your bloodstream.
And it's called Prime IV, right?
Prime IV Hydration and Wellness in Marlton, New Jersey. If you want, there's a website right there that will take you to the website, and people can call and get appointments and stop in and visit a nest, because it's all with registered nurses.
That's
so
great.
They do all the IVs. It's from New Jersey, so that's law.
And in case, unless you guys got the business card that lies, it's at 890 Route 73 North in Marlton. Go over there, look and see what they have to offer. It's for wellness, IVs, feeling better. And Bernie, you were over there. What was it like for you?
Oh, that was awesome. I was there for the opening, and we had a lot of people coming, and took pictures, and what? When you're going in the right directions, you're doing the right thing. Somehow, you draw people. It's a beautiful thing, and everybody, it gets to a point where in life, you have difficulties with your body, and what a beautiful place.
Yeah, so just a little notice about that. It's a thing called the NAD drip, where you have to take 4 days in a row, about 4 hours a day, and it restores the cells in your body that when you're younger, you have.
Now, let me know one question. Is this if you're sick, if you just want to feel better? Is it for people? Is it a cure? Is it just a wellness thing?
It's just a wellness. Nothing's guaranteed, but I did the drip, and because I had my stroke like you did, Paul, and so if you want to do that, it would help you with your stroke and symptoms that you have. Because my right fingers on the right side I couldn't close it, so I can close it all the way.
Wow.
And my right side has more,
and
I think I'm talking a little better.
Yeah.
Because I have aphasia.
Well.
Yeah, the problem before you had French accent.
French accent. I thought that was your problem, Mr. Perron. Brian, I was looking. I've seen these a million times before, but I don't know what motivated me. After we had you on our other show, was looking at some of your Western Hockey League records. You broke some of Gretzky's records. You weren't just the ham and egger, pretty good junior player. You were a hell of a player, breaking Wayne Gretzky's records. Not all of them, obviously, but what was that like?
Well, it was nice because I just played, had fun, and because I was 3 years at Brandon Wheat Kings, and we had powerful teams. I had a guy like a Brad McCrimmon and Ray Allison that were with me at the same time, and we had good players and good coaches. Dunk McCollum was a good coach. And we didn't lose that much. I know in 72 schedule, we only lost 12 games my first year, 8 the second year, and only 5 games the next year, and that was when it was a 20-year-old draft, and so the players were better and stronger, but it's something that will never be broken, because we had one year we went 20 games without a loss, and then at the start of the next year we went 29 games without a loss.
And you were the best player on the team, right?
Well, Brad McCrimmon was there too. So
wow, two great pros on the same junior team.
He was.
Bernie, I mean, we had it last night, first pro game ever, but the Battle of the Connors, they called it. Connor McDavid, who's in his 9th year in the league now, pretty much regarded unanimously as the best player in the world right now. And Connor Bedard, the rookie with Chicago, they played against each other. You guys have a chance to catch any of that game?
No, we're asleep before that. You know?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? We're
9:30 lights out.
Yeah.
That's out. Yeah.
But I watched the replays.
Highlights?
And so he's Bedard scored the first goal, and then the Edmonton took over after that.
That was a hell of a first goal, Brian.
You know what's nice about this kid?
Yeah.
This young kid.
He looks like he's 10, by the way.
Oh yeah, sure. And he's so talented, you know. And what he does on the ice is just incredible. And he's really helping the team to succeed. But himself, you know, as a rookie. You know, what a great individual to watch play.
And the reason it's fun for me in a lot of ways, Bernie, I mean, you've talked all the time on this show about Bobby Hull and his 900-mile-an-hour slap shot, which obviously is going to give any goalie problems. But Connor Bedard, Wayne Gretzky, obviously Connor Bedard's nowhere near Wayne Gretzky, nor will he ever be, but they have the kind of shot that they're not necessarily going to rocket it by you, but the quick release, they pick the corner. What's it like facing the guy, you know, the Bobby Hull type of shot? I'm sure he was crafty as well. And then you get a Bedard, a Gretzky, the tricky kind of players. What would you rather face, and what's harder?
Well, you know, as a goalie, you have to read the player. And Bobby Hull, of course, was. I always tried to hide behind the defenseman. You know,
I don't blame you.
115 miles an hour. You kidding me?
Yeah.
But this kid here is you watch him play, and he's so creative. You know, and when you watch him play, the way skating and the way he takes advantage of the opportunities.
Quick
and he's a
release.
young kid.
Yeah,
too.
18.
18, you know. So this is to see a young player like this develop with National Hockey League is a beautiful thing.
So I think when you were in the 70s and 80s, like the guys were much stronger because they were farm guys. Like Hull was he did bales, and he had
huge
arms
form.
that were like this,
Yeah,
and he could shoot the puck really well, and had a big curve, and same thing with Barber. He had a heavy shot, and so he could shoot it really there, even with those wood sticks. He could shoot it really well. But now they the goalies are protected, and they have to do new sticks, which are much better. But now you just have to pick the top corner, because most of the goalies fall to the ground, and so that's top shelf. For me, that's what the young guys need to work on.
You know, that's you just made a good point here, Brian. The two things I don't like National Hockey League, and I don't mind going public with this, is just number one is the pads the goalies have to wear, which they're all wearing the same pads, and they're so stiff that they can't even move their
They
feet.
share one set of pads, the whole league?
No, they all have the same
Yeah.
style, right? So they can't move their feet. So the only way they could cover a shot on the ice is to drop to their knees. So that's the number one move they make. They drop to their knees.
Butterfly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? And what it does is think about this quickly. When you drop to your knees like this, then you stop challenging the shooter. You know, the shooter moves different directions, or the puck goes different directions. Then you're on your knees, so it's difficult to come across and challenge the shooter. I'm from the old style, and I don't agree with this. You know.
Well,
and then the second thing I don't agree with.
Yep.
The rule that they have in front of the net. I mean, along the boards they hit a lot of players.
Can't touch anybody in front of the net.
You can't touch anybody. So you have the two guys standing in front of the net with the two defensemen, and the guy shoots from the blue line. You know what? Most of the time the goalies are screened.
Plus,
You
he
know,
gets
they don't
tipped.
see anything.
And John Tortorella, listen, is doing an unbelievable job this year. One of the things, Brian, you were a wing. One of the things John Tortorella demands from his players is you play defense. You play two ways. You played two ways in your career. Bernie, obviously you didn't face 1,000 breakaways a game. Your forwards play defense along with the defenders. We're going to find out what that's like for a forward to play defense, for a goaltender to have forwards to play defense. That's part of why the Flyers are playing so well this year, and John Tortorella demands it. He's not demanding that scorers score, but he is demanding that scorers play defense. And when those scorers wind up scoring, you see where the Flyers are right now. We're going to come back, talk about that and much, much more, including the rest of Brian's corporate resume, which may take till 9 o'clock tonight. We'll rock on. We'll hear about all of it. The Independence Blue Cross on the ice from Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill. Coming up and say hi. We're back right after this.
The last thing I remember, I was outside Chickie and Pete's.
Of course, George. Chickie and Pete's is Philadelphia's most decorated and award-winning restaurant.
I give each of the kids a Chickie and Pete's gift card. It's the gift that always fits.
It's almost as good as getting your wings.
Yeah, that's right, Clarence. You can get your wings at Chickie's, and crab fries and lobster pizza and a hot beef sandwich.
You see, George, it really is a wonderful place, this Chickie and Pete's.
Millions of Americans are losing their medical assistance or Medicaid coverage. If this affects you, Independence Blue Cross can help. You may be eligible to enroll in a health plan for as little as $0 a month. With Independence Blue Cross, you get the largest provider network in the area, including most Keystone First doctors and hospitals. We also offer free 24/7 telemedicine, coverage for hospital stays and prescriptions. See if you qualify for $0 health insurance and enroll today. Call Independence Blue Cross at 1-844-464-2583 or visit ibx.com/staycovered.
Payroll Service Solutions was established in 2001 to cater to the payroll needs of small to medium-sized businesses. Payroll Service Solutions offers unparalleled customer service while they deliver a complete and accurate payroll. When calling Payroll Service Solutions, you will never be put into a voicemail or go through a series of prompts to get to a person. All customer service representatives are extensively trained to handle all of your payroll needs, therefore saving you time. They value each and every one of their clients. No account is too small. Call Payroll Service Solutions today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for a no-obligation review of your payroll needs. That number again is 1-866-PAYEASY. Payroll Service Solutions.
A truly unique dining experience awaits you at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão awes patrons with their history and tradition of authentic Brazilian steakhouse, offering many cuts of decadent fire-roasted meats prepared over an open fire and served tableside by trained gaucho chefs. Fogo de Chão, 1337 Chestnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia. For reservations, go to www.fogo.com or call 215-636-9700.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one-stop shop for all your shopping needs at Fairless Hills.
If you're looking for a stylish and sophisticated fine dining experience, visit your Eddie V's Prime Seafood Restaurant near King of Prussia. Eddie V's Seafood features an abundant selection of fine wines and curated cocktails to complement exquisite steaks and seafood made from the highest quality ingredients. In the V Lounge, sip on imaginative handcrafted cocktails with attitude while enjoying signature appetizers. Conveniently located between I-276 and I-76 near the King of Prussia Mall. Call them today, 610-337-7823 to schedule your night out for Eddie V's Prime Seafood.
Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon is the true retreat from the everyday, with locations in Glen Mills, Springfield, and Center City. Joseph Anthony is a premier salon and spa destination that offers unique and luxurious services such as the soft pack float and hydrofacial. The Center City location, located on the 5th floor of the beautiful Lowe's Hotel, is now open and features an exclusive summer menu where you can indulge in the Joseph Anthony experience in the exquisite Turkish bath. Joseph Anthony's little black card is the perfect gift for all your loved ones' relaxation needs. Call or go online to josephanthony.com. That's josephanthony.com.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Once again, here are your hosts, Paul Jolovitz and former Flyer goaltending great Bernie Propp.
And welcome back to Chickies here in Drexel Hill. Program note for everybody: next week, it may say on our website or Chickies website that we're going to be at Malvern We will not be in Malvern. That will all be switched in due time, but let me be the first to tell you, we will be at Packer Avenue, Chickies and Pete's, South Philly on Packer Avenue. We're not exactly sure who the guests will be next week. We are sure where it'll be, Packer Avenue. Yes,
Are you saying Packer?
Packer, yeah, I'm from Boston.
Yeah.
Packer. It's not Packer time, but it is time for the Smart Stat of the Week, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY. That's 1-866-PAY-EASY. Simple stat. Flyers have points in 6 straight games, including 3 games on a West Coast swing. Points are what it's all about. You get to the playoffs by getting points. Flyers are doing that right now. That was your Flyers Smart Stat of the Week. Once again, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for the smart choice in payroll services. Payroll Service Solutions, catering to small and medium-sized businesses to handle all of your payroll needs. Call Danny once again at 1-866-PAY-EASY with Bernie Pront and Brian Propp. Proper, you got a lot of things on the docket in the next few months, charity-wise, the Stadium Series. Let's start with the Stadium Series. Flyers playing outdoor February 17th at night against the New Jersey Devils at MetLife Stadium. The Jonas Brothers will be playing, and you got a part of that as well. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I signed up with Philly sports trips. So I'm going to be one of the hosts. So they're going to take a bus from South Philadelphia. They're going to have a tailgate. I'll be selling my cigars, and then we go to the game, and then there and back. So and then the costs are like $350 to be there, like lots of food and good game outside, and so it'll be an exciting game. But just because Vince, the guy that's running it, contacted me and likes me to be one of the hosts.
And how do you get in touch with these people? Call or?
I think I'd have to later, I think it's Philly Trips, sporttrips.com. And I can text his number and then see if they're available.
All right.
By the way, when he mentioned cigars,
yep,
Brian was so kind, and I helped him doing something a couple of months ago, and I didn't expect this. He gave me a nice box of his cigars.
Wow.
Yeah, they're from the Dominican Republic, but they're really good.
And you know what?
They're supposed to be great cigars.
I sit on the balcony, man, and smoke the cigar. They're just awesome.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, tell us about cigars. I mean, that was going to be next on the hit parade. How can somebody get in touch with you or get a hold of these cigars?
Yeah, so my website is gaffawcigars.com. But so they go to the website, and then there's a place to order online. But I tell people if they want to order them, they just call me, because I have them with me in New Jersey and Florida, and so that I can ship them a little cheaper than they can get them. And so a 5-pack is $70. There's 56 by 6 inch. There's 2 mild, 2 medium, and Maduro, nice variety. And so I have my limited edition 56 by 5-inch cigars too, but they're from the Dominican Republic, distributors in Chicago. It's up and up, but they're quality cigars, and make a nice Christmas gift. A box of 5.
Stocking stuffer. How do they call you, Brian? What number would they call you at?
We have my cell numbers right there. Go to the website, and I'm easy to get in front of.
All right, so all kinds of stuff with Mr. Propp. Bernie, let me ask you about the alumni game, the end of January. A lot of people coming back. What's it going to be like to see a lot of the guys you play with? They're getting all the living Broad Street bullies back, if I understand correctly, playing the Bruins, who you played in the first Stanley Cup. What's that going to be like?
Pardon me. It's going, you know what, just thinking about this, socializing and playing the game and having fun, of course, with such a great team Boston Bruins had, in those years, and they still do now. But and to go on the ice and again just play a game without banging guys on the head on the boards and stuff like this, but just having fun and enjoying and be grateful that you're part of the team.
Well, that brings up a point that I've thought up a lot, Brian. When you were 8-9 years old on the farm, parents, I'm sure, taking you all over the place at all hours of the day and night to play hockey, a kid's game. Bernie, you the same thing, obviously. Did you ever think, Brian, when you were that age, that this kid's game would give you the life it's given you and everything that hockey's brought you?
No, I didn't think about it. Just went out and played. Like I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. We're all 13 months apart, so that's why we had our own hockey team. We only had 300 people in the town.
Wow.
And so like you had to find other people if you want to put a team together. And so we played outside on the ponds when it got cold, and then when it got cold in December, minus 30, then you can flood the ice and you go inside, and then January and February it's minus 30 below.
Wait a second, I don't normally challenge my guests, but minus 30 below zero, and that's the temperature, not with the wind chill.
Oh,
now
yeah.
it's 40 degrees here, it's a little windy, and you're cold? How can you be cold in this kind of weather growing up in that Arctic North that you grew up in?
Well, you grew up with it, so like you dress for it.
No, how can you be cold today? This isn't
Oh,
cold.
I'm always cold. Because maybe it's because I'm on blood thinners and had the stroke and things like that.
I'll give you that, Mulligan.
Yeah, I'm always kind of cold, and that's why my wife's mother, I used to hang with her, and she passed a couple years ago, and so I used to sit with her in the couch with the blonde hair and warm her up, and then so that it was kind of special.
Well, I'm on blood thinners too. I don't get cold. I can't play hockey though. Bernie, what was it like when you were a little kid? You weren't quite from an area quite as cold as Saskatchewan, but plenty cold up in Quebec. When you were a young kid, did you ever think hockey would give you the life it has?
Well, my idol when I was a kid, was Jacques Plante, to play for Montreal.
Yep.
All those years, got a few Stanley Cups, and I used to watch him play. And when I got a little bit older, then I said, hey, I want to, when I was around 12, I want to be, goaltending was something I really looking forward to, and I started playing. And what I found out too, Brian, too, as a young kid, you were playing, and then the picture in my mind was to play in the National Hockey League. And I have many people would come up to me and say, don't waste your time doing this, and just stay with us and play little games and stuff like this and relax. And I was so fortunate that I didn't pay any attention to those people. I pushed them aside, and I'm saying this because some kids are listening tonight, they're probably going through the same thing. Push the negative people away and go towards your purpose, your passion. And my passion was to play National Hockey League. And today, thank you, Lord, I have 2 Stanley Cups.
Yeah, you got 2 rings. I got 1 ring on. Mine cost, I think, $50. Yours are priceless. Brian's got a beautiful ring on as well.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, when you were growing up, obviously everybody likes to score. You scored 425 goals in the NHL, which is tremendous, borderline Hall of Fame level. But nobody thinks about playing defense, about the grunt work, the getting back on your wing, stopping the other team. Obviously, hockey is about scoring, and if you score 1 and they score nothing, you still win. John Tortorella demands that everybody block shots, that everybody play defense. You were a great defensive player when you played with one of the best in Dave Poulin, one of the best ever.
Yeah.
What was it like to play both wings? And Mike Keenan, who you played for among other coaches, if you didn't play defense, what would happen to you?
Well, we didn't have to worry because we were always ahead. So, like at that time in the 80s and 90s. But yeah, I was one of the top two-way players. Like I know that Mark Recchi is going to get into the Hall of Fame,
Yep.
Flyers Hall of Fame, end of January. He deserves it. I love him because he does the same thing. He played both sides of the ice. Scored and took care of the other defense. But in the 80s, we were probably the 2 best penalty killers, Dave Poulin and myself, along with Mark Howe and Brad McCrimmon. We had more chances to score than they had to.
Yeah, you didn't worry
goal.
about taking penalties because your PK was so good, right?
Well, that's it. Well, Tim Kerr was great on the power play
Yep.
too, and we had good players for that. But yeah, the defense was like I learned it when I was young. My dad was a Lutheran minister, and he taught me how to play good defense and how to work really hard. I know when with Bob Clark was there. He's from Flin Flon, and I was in Brandon, and we kind of worked really, really hard every practice. And like he couldn't skate as far as me, but I tried harder and skate faster than him. But I learned from him to never give up and to always be the first one on practice and last one off. And so like that's what everyone needs, like some desire with playing the game like that. You have to practice.
Well, you got the word desire and work ethic, words that John Tortorella uses, Bernie, every day. Obviously, you had great defensemen that played, the Watsons and many others, Barry Ashby, Ed Van Imp. But when a team plays defense as a whole, when everybody gets back, the forwards, the center, trying to stop the other center, how much easier is it for the goalie when you have team defense instead of just a couple guys and everybody else cherry picking?
Well, in our days, the game was played differently than it is now. So the wingers stayed more on their wings. You had the center and stuff like this. So for an example, with Joe Watson, Joe was a great communicator. And Joe would always tell me that, play the man. The guy comes out with the puck, right? Plays the man. And I knew if it was a left-hand shot, that the shot would go my blocker. If it's a right-hand shot, because he played the man, the opening for that guy was on the glove side. And those things like this that you work with your defenseman, you work with your forward, that it makes you not a great individual, but a great team.
That's
what it's all about.
Yeah, it's all about the team. And Bernie was on 2 Stanley Cup teams. Brian was on a bunch of really good Flyer teams too. One got to Game 7 of the final in 1987. The fact the Flyers scored first in that goal, Murray Craven in the first period in Edmonton, they weren't able to get it done, but lived together, walked together and forever with the Flyers, and both living here today, and we're glad they're on today. Final segment, we're going to talk about more of Brian's undertakings. Brian's got a golf tournament. Brian's also got some stuff at the Stadium Series that we talked about, and charities here and there, Jim Watson's Ice Works. We're going to talk about that when we get back. This is On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. We're Chickies and Pete's in Drexel Hill watching Sixer highlights right now. They're rocking and rolling too. Philly is hopping. Got to get the Eagles on that bandwagon. We are back. Final segment right after this. Stay with us.
Hi, it's Pete from Chickie and Pete's. The holidays are here. Don't wait. Plan your holiday parties right now at Chickies and Pete's. And also, get some shopping done early with the gift that always fits and always gets returned, Chickie and Pete's gift cards. We offer a wide variety of holiday party options and an extensive catering to-go menu for the holidays. Plus, get a $10 bonus card with every $50 gift card you purchase, in-store or online at chickieandpete's.com. Happy holidays from Chickies and Pete's.
At Independence Blue Cross, we believe in giving you the tools you need to pursue your healthiest life. From premiums as low as $0 per month to health discounts and cash rewards, it pays to have coverage with Independence. With the strongest network of doctors and hospitals in the region and free 24/7 virtual doctor visits, you can feel confident that quality care is always within reach. Learn more about your coverage options at ibx.com.
Payroll Service Solutions was established in 2001 to cater to the payroll needs of small to medium-sized businesses. Payroll Service Solutions offers unparalleled customer service while they deliver a complete and accurate payroll. When calling Payroll Service Solutions, you will never be put into a voicemail or go through a series of prompts to get to a person. All customer service representatives are extensively trained to handle all of your payroll needs, therefore saving you time. They value each and every one of their clients. No account is too small. Call Payroll Service Solutions today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for a no-obligation review of your payroll needs. That number again is 1-866-PAYEASY. Payroll Service Solutions.
A truly unique dining experience awaits you at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão awes patrons with their history and tradition of authentic Brazilian steakhouse, offering many cuts of decadent fire-roasted meats prepared over an open fire and served tableside by trained gaucho chefs. Fogo de Chão, 1337 Chestnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia. For reservations, go to www.fogo.com or call 215-636-9700.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one-stop shop for all your shopping needs at Fairless Hills.
If you're looking for a stylish and sophisticated fine dining experience, visit your Eddie V's Prime Seafood restaurant near King of Prussia. Eddie V's Seafood features an abundant selection of fine wines and curated cocktails to complement exquisite steaks and seafood made from the highest quality ingredients. In the V Lounge, sip on imaginative handcrafted cocktails with attitude while enjoying signature appetizers. Conveniently located between I-276 and I-76 near the King of Prussia Mall. Call them today, 610-337-7823 to schedule your night out for Eddie V's Prime Seafood.
Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon is the true retreat from the everyday, with locations in Glen Mills, Springfield, and Center City. Joseph Anthony is a premier salon and spa destination that offers unique and luxurious services such as the soft pack float and hydrofacial. The Center City location, located on the 5th floor of the beautiful Lowe's Hotel, is now open and features an exclusive summer menu where you can indulge in the Joseph Anthony experience in the exquisite Turkish bath. Joseph Anthony's little black card is the perfect gift for all your loved ones' relaxation needs. Call or go online to josephanthony.com. That's josephanthony.com.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Once again, here are your hosts, Paul Jolovitz and former Flyer goaltending great Bernie Perrant.
Alrighty, if you want to go to the Stadium Series, by the way, on February 17th, go to phillysportstrips.com. That is phillysportstrips.com. Brian will be the ambassador for that. Brian, you also got a celebrity event at Iceworks, our buddy Jim Watson's place, and then a golf tournament in May. If you can tell us about those two as we continue with the Propp corporate cavalcade.
Oh, yeah,
here.
of course. Brian Propp Enterprises. There you go, right there, like that. So like I have a charity hockey event. I'm going to use 6 former alumni. We'll two teams, 3 lines, 6 defense, 4 goalies, and it's going to benefit Headstrong Cancer people.
Wow.
Because I did it last year. It's going to be August. It's going to be April 6th at Iceworks. The game will start from 1 to 3, and it'll be a dinner after. And then I have my second annual golf tournament at River Winds Golf and Country Club, benefiting the Stroke Center of University of Pennsylvania, and I'm going to have like 28 foursomes, and it's going to benefit the Stroke Center of the University of Philadelphia. That's going to be May 13th, the day after Mother's Day. It's a Monday. Last year it was a beautiful day, and the way I'm going to play it is going to play like you take your best drive, and then your group plays your own ball after that, and plays the best 2 out of 4. And it makes it fair, and it was a nice time.
That'll be fun. So Brian's got all kinds of stuff going on. I got to be honest with you, Brian. I don't know how much you like to talk about this or not, but fans like to hear about it, so I'm sure you've come to a resolution in your mind about it. You played in 5 Stanley Cup finals for 3 different teams. You won the Canada Cup in '87 in Hamilton, Ontario, one of the greatest games ever played. But you never won a Stanley Cup. You got very close. What's it like? Athletes are asked all the time if they don't win their championship, what it's like to come close and not have it won. Bernie's got 2 rings on. How is it to be part of this Flyers close but not quite a cigar in your world atmosphere?
Yeah, well, you have to realize that most players never get into the playoffs, much less a round of the playoffs. And so, like, for me, playing 160 games in the playoffs and producing, I'm number 1 all time for left wingers in the history of scoring in the playoffs.
Wow!
And so it says a lot. And for me, you know, I'm good because if you didn't win, like in the '80s, it was tough with the Islanders and the Oilers, and in Pittsburgh, and so like it was tough to get through the best players in the world, and but getting there, and the people in Philadelphia understand how hard we try, and we got beat up a lot, and we weren't Edmonton was too strong, but they admire us for trying, and so for me, I'm just happy that I had good teammates and coaches to share with them the times that we had in the 80s. We have better stories, and like now with all the phones, videos, and things like that, you can't get around with a lot of things. But in the 80s, we hang with the fans and drank with them and had some fun and told some good stories.
All you can do is give it all you got, and you guys did that. Bernie, a lot of people would say that your 1976 team, the team that didn't win, they lost to your hometown Montreal Canadiens, might have been the best Flyer team. That's year Reggie Leach went berserk in the playoffs. Do you think that was your best team? And then how did you feel when the Canadiens put the streak to an end?
Well, I didn't play.
That's right, you were hurt that year.
I was hurt that year, but
that's why you didn't win.
No, that has nothing to do with this. But you know what? Once you, like Brian said, once you reach the finals, you get the two teams that year, the best two teams on the ice. And again, I keep going back to the crowd. The crowd really makes a game too. If you have a good crowd that cares and reacts to good plays and stuff like this, it's a beautiful thing. Because quickly I'll say, if I make a good save, and I get the good reaction from the crowd, it gets you pumped for the next play.
Well, a lot of goalies. It's interesting because a lot of people in sports, obviously the crowd's there. It's physically impossible not to hear them. I don't care what kind of zone you're in, how you're trying to tune them out. But a lot of, for example, goalies say they don't hear the crowd. They're in their own zone, they're playing hockey, and that they know they're there but don't hear them. Is that a crock or you know what? It seems like it is. You have to hear them, right?
Well, I did. I can't control what the other guys did, but I did. And to me, even think about this. I want to say something here. Even on the road, you're playing against. You're playing a rink where.
Not friendly, yeah.
Not friendly.
No.
And you know what? And once I always believe in reacting to the crowd. And if I was on a away game and I heard some boos or whatever, that would pick me up.
That motivate you too, Brian, when you heard the boos?
Not at home.
We didn't see that too much, but like in the '80s, we always had good teams. But
everybody hated the Bruce Street Bullies.
Of course. I always loved to play against the New York Rangers because I wanted to shut them down and not get them score. And then the same thing with Chicago. Chicago was an awesome rink, and so I always because one of my first year, I didn't recognize. They had the big horn,
pipe organ.
No, the horn. The horn.
Yep.
So when they scored, I wasn't ready for that. I was I jumped out of my skin, and so I learned from that. I wanted to keep them down and not let them score. But the ranks are a little different now. They're all the same, and they're not as much characters as we had in the 80s and 90s. But after time, you kind of get used to with everything. It's a little different now. Most teams Not like the Spectrum, where you could win a lot more. But here, every runk's kind of the same, and so not that much of an advantage anymore.
Well, hopefully the Flyers will be able to take advantage of it and make the playoffs this year. They're a little more than a quarter of the way there. They're doing great. We've had a great time tonight with Mr. Perrant and Mr. Propp. Bernie, thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. Brian, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck in all your corporate endeavors and everything, and most importantly, good health.
Yeah, thank you
too. Yeah, what he should have a couple of rings in his hands.
Should have, could have, would have, should have, right? He's proud.
A great hockey player, that's for sure.
He played in 5 Stanley Cup Finals, and I've had 5 steaks in my life, probably more than that. Next week, everybody will be at Packer Avenue. Again, Packer Avenue next Wednesday. We're not sure of the guests yet. Hope everybody's having a great holiday season. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Happy holidays to you all. For Bernie Perrant, for Brian Propp, our producer tonight, Chris Ermer. Back at the station, Keith Noonan. Thanks to Chickies and Drexel Hill. We'll be back next week with another edition of Independence Blue Cross on the Ice. For Bernie Perrant and Brian Propp, I'm Paul Jolovitz saying have a great night, everybody, and go Flyers!
Awesome.
Been listening to On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Tonight's show is an exclusive presentation of 1490 WBCB and heard around the world at WBCB1490.com.